All right, Shalom. I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Shem Kakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles, and honors and salutations to you, Akim, this laboring in all truth and sincerity. All right, Shalom to the elect of our nation, which is the nation of Israel. All right, hope you Akim out there been, you know, stand in spirit. Esau is ramping up his little campaign to try to shut down the unicorn, which is the YouTube and the internet in general, because his truth is getting to him, and so he's getting irritated. But we know that this counsel is of the Heavenly Father, so he cannot stop it. All right, so we're gonna continue on in the spirit, man, and just endure until it's over. All right, so one thing that was on my mind as I was listening to the elder apostles earlier. Kind of get out here a little late today, but my sleep is all geared towards the night shift, so I got here a little later than I wanted to. So, like it for that. Lord, whether you can see me and hear me real good. But one thing I wanted to go into today was about the fact that Esau, which is the wicked, all right, and you'll know who Esau is. Esau is a so-called white man, but then was elites, all right, which are the central banking families, all right, and Esau is the one that's ruling right now. But I want to kind of land back off what the elder apostles was going into, because I was listening to the elder apostles street lesson, and it was very beautiful, by the way. And one thing they was wondering about that is on my spirit already was the fact that how Esau, is a hypocrite, and which he is a hypocrite, and he also is a liar, a deceiver, a slanderer. All right, many things that so-called white man Esau is. All right, so pretty much just going into scriptures, getting on Esau. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50. Again, at verse 16, it says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High has said," which, like I said before, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, is the wicked. All right, there's plenty of evidence that reveals that. Also, one thing that Esau hates is that the scriptures describe him to the T. How he looked, his characteristics, all that, but he is the wicked, okay? It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High said, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" Yeah, what have you done, Esau, to declare the Most High's, all right, to declare the Most High's statutes, all right, or his judgments, or his law, saying that you don't even care about it, man. All right, everything as far as statutes the Most High your Father gave to us, the children of Israel, you're totally against it. So all of a sudden now, you playing this role as being a righteous man, and you're not. Everything you do always shows that you're still the wicked, man. All right, whether it's your war on terror, the oppression of the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. All right, everything gears to show, all right, or reveal you as being the wicked, all right, the man of sin. All right, sin is breaking the Most High's law. All right, 1 John 3 and 4. All right, whosoever committed sin transgresses also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. Meaning what? You're breaking the law of the Heavenly Father that He established and gave unto us, the children of Israel. All right, so how can you say that you're that brother always come through here and blow his horn usually. So how can you say that you're a global force for good when all you do is create a global force for evil? All right, all right, and then seeing about statutes. One thing that's the obvious is that the fact that you always want to make laws or decrees that are against the Heavenly Father's law, which shows you, all right, that you're trying to portray your law like it's better than the Most High's law. All right, and that makes right there alone makes you in violation of the Most High's law. All right, because you basically what you done was said that the Most High's law is no good, pretty much. By you making your own law and not governing your kingdom or your society by the Heavenly Father's laws, you're basically saying that the Heavenly Father's laws are no good. That's what you're saying, Esau. You don't have to say it with words. Your action shows it. All right. The legislations you pass through your house of, your house when it goes to legislation, you got the votes and all that stuff. All right. The fact that you come against us for even telling you where you're erring at. All right. Because we see all the wickedness that you do. All right. And then what you'll do is you'll demonize us and make it seem like we're crazy, which we're not. All right. And goddamn act as though we're just a bunch of madmen when we're just simply going by the book. All right, you're going by the book. Why are you not going by the book? All right. So it reads, "But unto the wicked, the Most High said, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" Yeah, and first and foremost, the Most High Heavenly Father didn't make a covenant with you Edomites. Let's start with that. All right. The Most High Heavenly Father made a covenant with us, and you hate that. All right. You hate that. You hate the fact that the covenant lies with us. All right. It rested with us. All right. The Most High promised our forefathers, which you can make a statement and say Abraham and Isaac are your forefathers. All right, but after Abraham and Isaac, it rested with who? Jacob, which his name changed to Israel. All right, and he begat the 12 patriarchs. All right, and they begat all of us. We're the seeds and descendants. All right, the bloodline. All right, we're the lineage. All right, of Jacob, and you're Esau, and you don't want to be Esau. All right. The Most High Heavenly Father didn't make a covenant with Esau. That's the case. He would have made a covenant with Cain. But seeing as though he didn't, all right, you're angry and upset with us, and you take your anger out on us because you Edomites like to think that they always like to bring up the story of the event that took place when Rebecca and Jacob went and got the blessing from Isaac when he was blind and he was blind and pretty much dying. He was his health was fading. All right, and he used that and act as though our forefather Jacob stole it from him when you already have sold your birthright before he even went and got it. All right, if you sell something, it's no longer yours. You sold it. Shit. I mean, point blank. Period. If I have a store, and I'm selling pants, right? Once I sell you the pants are no longer in my possession. They're in your possession now. Those are your pants. All right. And so once Esau sold his birthright, all right, the birthright belonged to Jacob. Jacob, the one that bought it. All right. And your continual your continual campaign of trying to destroy us Israelites is proof that you're mad that you didn't, that you mad that you sold your birthright, and then ultimately you didn't get it because you, when it was time for it to be passed along, all right, you didn't get it. But you were the firstborn son, and you thought that you was going to get it still, even though you had already sold it without Isaac knowing. All right. So continuing on, verse 17 it says, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee." Right. You know, the instructions on how to live, all right, and how to govern ourselves are right there within the Most High's law, laws, commandments, and statutes. Okay. Everything you need to know how to live righteously, all right, and what not to do, what to do and what not to do, what to eat, what not to eat, how to judge a matter, all that is within the Most High's law, all right, and that's something that we always, bring up to you wacky tacky Christians, because you claim to be Christians, right? Which the real Christians are Israelites, okay? If you should know that by now, all right? Christians are Israelites. Generic term that was used then was Jews, but they were Israelites at Antioch. All right, they was called Christians. Okay, so pretty much you're not real Christians, except for if you were a real Israelite linearly according to flesh, as far as your bloodline goes back to Israel, and you can call yourself a Christian, but really a Christian is Israelites that follow after Yahweh Shai. All right. So if you're not an Israelite that's following Yahweh Shai, all right, and believe in him and have faith in him, all right, have faith in the Most High through his son Yahweh Shai, then you're not really a Christian. Are you really just taking on that title just because it's some fancy title in this society, okay? But really, you're just bugged out of your mind. Really, you're just a reprobate, pretty much. All right, but simple instructions, like I'll bring up one example, like eating pork. All right, eating pork or touching even the swine's flesh. Right, you're not supposed to eat swine, which is pork. You don't eat swine. You don't supposed to touch swine. None of that. But what Esau do is, not what he do. What Esau has done. All right. You look at all the restaurant chains that is within America, right, which is Babylon. Look at all the restaurant chains, and the first thing and the main thing on the menu is pork. That's a fact. When you go up in these restaurants, the main thing you're going to see is pork. All right. You're going to see ham, sausage. Not go like say I'm I'm hungry, I ain't eat, when, the evening, nighttime, before I went to to my job I punching it out to, all right. Say if I eat, I'll get off the work that morning, all right, and I'll grab a bite to eat. I mean, once a breakfast sandwich, right? Well, I have to go and get fucking egg and cheese, on a biscuit or a croissant, all right, because if I want meat, well, the only option I have, in most restaurants are pork. Pork sausage, ham, which is pork. All right. Bacon, which is pork. All different parts of the swine. All right. All different parts of the pig. All right. That's the main thing you have to offer. When you want some other than pork, it's always going to cost you more. All right. Even though it's processed fucked up still. All right. Or the process that they did to make that that turkey sausage or chicken sausage. All right, the way they process it is fucked up anyway. So no matter how you look at it, you're still dealing with a plague of the mind, because you have to figure out, okay, well, I gotta search somewhere so I can get a whole. Say you want a whole breakfast platter, right? There's only a few spots, man. All right. When the scriptures tell you that you're not, like, especially like you Israelites out there, you're not supposed to even touch swine, man. You're not even supposed to touch a pig. Okay. Yahweh Shah cast those demons off of those pigs. Okay, he didn't do it to any other, beast of the field or animal. He put those demons on those pigs, on those herd of pigs, man. All right, but the instructions. The point I'm making is the instructions. All right, that are within the Most High's law. They are there for a reason, man. They're there for a reason, man, because we know what wickedness is. All right, we know what wickedness is. Getting with women. All right, that belongs to other men. All right, being a homosexual, being a lesbian. We know what wickedness is, right? We see it with our own eyes, man. All right. So there's no excuse, man. I mean, the fact that we always bring this up, for many years, but it's just true, the fact that you have a special place in America or in Babylon, all right, what I should say, that's called Sin City, which is known as Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, they call it Sin City because why? Every major and minor sin within the book is done right there in Las Vegas, man. It's done throughout the land, but it's a special place in Las Vegas, man. In Sin City, man. I mean, the nerve, man. The nerve. All right? The nerve of you, man. Jake, us Israelites, we didn't make no places. Why the hell would you make a place called Sin City, man? I mean, that don't make no sense at all, man. Jake know better than that shit. We as a nation, us Israelites know better than make a fucking place called Sin City, man. I mean, that's just pride right there, man. And that's something that you have. Esau, you have a total pride within your heart, man. Right? Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaken with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. That's something that Esau does, because Esau is a thief himself, first and foremost. I mean, shit. The fact that, there's one older Jake lady, she's an older Negro lady, right? The Jewite woman. Something like the Jewite Levite woman, one of the two. Anyways, though, the point is, she was, we had a conversation one day. I wasn't dating the daughter, but we were just, friends, whatever we want to call this shit. Have relations, whatever. And, she automatically assumed, well, she called me black. And, I'm like, I try to do it in a nice way, tell her not to call me black. I don't like that. I never really liked that anyway my whole life, even before knowing the truth, man. I never liked to be called black, man. I mean, it just sounds negative, man. Even though it is negative, it just sounds like, oh, you're black. I hate that shit. But anyways, though, so we talking about, I don't know how that conversation even came up, but, I was like, no, my father is, just Native American, you know what I'm saying? Bitch had the nerve to tell me that she knew what a Native American looked like. Right? You done raped and robbed us off this land so much that a lot, especially Gadites, all right, and even Apostle, Elder Malcolm was even going in about that, about how the fact that a lot of Gadites or millions of Gadites, right, are among the Southern Kingdom, or not necessarily among, but they look like the Southern Kingdom because us Northern tribes, most of us are light skinned. Not myself, but I'm saying the overall complexion of the Northern tribes are light brown. All right, you have some of us that are solid brown or even dark brown. You know what I'm saying? Or very dark brown, depending. It all depends. All right, but it all depends on how much you're in the sun or whatever, or how dark you get. But they had to survive through Jubilee. All right, and so when I told her that my lineage, she said, "I know a Native American when I see one." I said, "Ain't that a bitch? You gonna tell me what my fucking lineage is? You don't even know you. First of all, I had just met the lady. You know what I'm saying? But that's the example of how much Esau have destroyed our people mentally. She don't. She's an old bottle, and she's a woman, so I don't expect her to know shit anyway. Or we just had a little conversation, whatever. But she's an old bottle, and then the fact that she would had the nerve to tell me who I am, is just proud nigga woman, all right. But Esau have raped and robbed and murdered our people to the fact that a lot of Israelites that look like Israelites of the Southern Kingdom, all right, they'll tell you that, hey, I have Native American, my people are Native American, and someone will laugh at them. But that's how much we've been robbed and stolen from and destroyed as a people, and our identity have been stolen. All right. Esau stole our identity, call himself just about somebody call himself Jewish or Israeli, which they have nothing to do with you look it up in the dictionary, it has nothing to do with Israeli is not an Israelite. Okay? Israeli doesn't mean you are Israelite. Jewish don't mean you a actual real Jew. Okay? That's why they call themselves such, because if they were truly us, if they was truly the children of Israel, they would just say, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of such and such. Because the 12 tribes of Israel, we're here, man. All right? We haven't been done away with. All right? But that goes to show you how much we as a people have been robbed and spoiled, man, by Esau. Okay? That's damn. Oh, man. All right, so oh shit. Oh, I got a new screen protector on this, so it's acting crazy. Yeah. All right, this is this is this is looks like this. That was round one. Make you apply my paper sword, which is the scriptures, my paper Bible. The book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1, it says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not." America is that bloody city, man. And America is full of nothing but lies and robbery, man. Okay. I mean, the fact that you had the nerve to steal our identity, and then had the nerve to call had the nerve to call Israelites red, man. Are you crazy? All right, the scriptures call Esau red because Esau wanted to look red. Now you have Israelites that Esau tried to so-called whitewash. All right, but they're still around, man. Some of them may look similar to so-called white people, but if their dad is an Israelite, or they're the seed of an Israelite man, they are Israelites, man. They are Israelites. Point blank, period, man. But this place is full of lies and robbery. And what we're doing is coming out here and we're breaking down these strongholds of lies and robbery. Strongholds of lies that have been told by Esau. All right, for many years, Esau has been telling a lot of lies. All right. Let Esau tell it. He's the Egyptian. He's the old ancient Egyptians. I'm sorry. He's the he's the original Pharaoh. He's the Israelites. You know what I mean? He discovered America. All sorts of lies that he told, man. Okay. And since he's been fully in power, those strongholds of lies, all right, have been on the minds of Israelites for many years, to the point that Israelites don't even know. Well, it's not that they don't know, but they don't even want to hear the truth. I should say, because that's just simply what it is. Let's call it what it is. When our people come out here and we tell them that they're Israelites, with all the lies, all right, that's been pounded in their heads, all right, through slavery, all right, it makes it a struggle for us to even talk with our own people, all right, concerning our heritage and our nationality. It's been Hebrew Israelites, all right, and so pretty much, those lies have affected our people, and a lot of our people are going to be put to death because they've listened to you devils, all right, for so long, and they're not going to come back to the Most High and be Father because they're going to continue to be like you, Esau, to be wicked. Until the Most High puts them in their right mind by having them go through that second death, right? The plagues or even the missiles, all right? And so Israelites are the Israelites that walk around, it's not a funny thing at all. The one you see that are reprobates, it's not a funny matter, man. For you Akim out there, you shouldn't laugh, because it could have been you, had the Most High, set forth for you to go on that path, So be thankful that you're not. Be thankful that you have been granted mercy by the Most High Heavenly Father causing you to receive His knowledge. All right. And so back to you, Esau. When we come out here, it's always it's always how you say it's always a back and forth, intense argument with our own people because they can't fathom in their minds that hey, these men that are of my people made me tell me the right thing. All right, but thanks to Esau, man. All right, thanks to you, Esau. Let me go back to Psalms 50. Psalms 50, verse 19, it says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit." Everything that you speak of, Esau, is evil, man. I keep watching. Like I watch the live feed of the news. Now I cut on RT News. I'm watching the live feed, right? And they have different documentaries, short documentaries that they put together, and they'll show them in between news segments. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll show the news for like maybe 30 minutes or so, and then they'll go to a short doc or a certain show that come on the RT channel. It may come on, right? And then they got these short docs. Which I like to watch those short docs. They very they're very interesting, you know, because you can find a lot of things that pertains to the scriptures that's within those short docs. Now, one short doc, I'm sorry, that I've been, I don't know why, I could be in my bed, lying there in my bed, right, and I could be having the live feed news on, right, and then all of a sudden they got this one short doc about Gadites up in Newtalk, the tribe of Newtalk, right, out there in Alaska, and how pretty much Esau don't want to even build homes out there. You know, Newtalk is basically, which if I was those Gadites, man, you know, I would just got the fuck on, man. And really, honestly, you know, if you got, oh, your speaker's cracked, man. Fuck. Anyway, so if you Gadites out there, you Gadites out there in Alaska, you know, if the land is gone, the land is gone. You know, if there's nothing there to live up, if it's nothing as far as the land goes, if it's nothing stable to live on, just relocate, man. The whole land already been taken from us. All of us at the wilderness land before Esau got here. So I mean, you know, shit, move somewhere else. You know, because it doesn't make sense if the land is steadily falling off. You know what I'm saying? Even though you probably fled up there, all right. Some of you, maybe some tribes, maybe, you know, those northern states towards northwest of this land. You know, you had the guys up there and on up in Canada and shit. But sometimes it's just best to just relocate because you got different resources here and there. You know what I mean? But the homes there, you know, Esau used basically that tribe of Newtalk to he takes his Marines out there, and he have this I forget how the guy said it. Shit, I wouldn't remember it right because oh yeah. Come. Esau's whole purpose is to take Marines out there because one thing about Newtalk, it's hard to get there by land, boat, or air. All right, because of the climate there and the weather they have there, but Esau pretty much have put his Marines out there, and what they do is practice on aiding and assisting. And pretty much what they're doing is experimenting on that tribe out there, on how to control them. All right, and so even the Edomite that was in the video, he admitted that they don't really have